Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel, Magnetize Official. The person who holds a special place in your heart is experiencing a profound transformation, one that has shifted their perspective and awakened a newfound courage within them. They long to show you how much they've grown, how they are no longer the same person who once hesitated, held back, or let fear dictate their choices. Now, they are ready to take risks for you, to fight for what they once failed to protect. Their longing for you is undeniable. Your absence has left a void in their life, one that no distraction, no fleeting connection, and no amount of self-deception can fill. They replay the moments they let slip away, the times they ignored your needs when you were at your most vulnerable, and they feel the weight of their own neglect pressing down on them. Guilt consumes them. It is a deep, aching realization that they took your love for granted, assuming you would always be there, always giving, always understanding. But now, they see it, how they let something so rare, so pure, slip through their fingers. The magnitude of their mistake is something they cannot ignore, and with it comes an overwhelming desire to make things right, to prove they have changed. Take a moment right now to pause this video and do 3 simple things. First, show your support by hitting that like button. It helps more than you know. Second, subscribe to the channel so we can reach our amazing goal of 10,000 subscribers together. And third, drop a comment with the number 99. This special number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and bringing us closer to the transformation we seek. Let's make it happen. The truth is, they were intimidated by you. Your grace, your inner power, your ability to stand tall, even in the face of adversity. It left them feeling small in comparison. They saw you as someone who deserved the world, and somewhere deep inside, they feared they could never measure up. The thought of losing you to someone more worthy haunted them, but instead of stepping up, they withdrew. They chose distance over vulnerability, silence over honesty, avoidance over truth. And then, you did something they never expected. You let go. You chose yourself. You decided that your happiness was not something you were willing to compromise for someone who wasn't ready to stand beside you. They watched, stunned, as you moved forward, not out of anger or spite, but out of self-respect. What unsettles them the most is not just your absence, it's your peace. The way you didn't beg, didn't chase, didn't seek revenge or closure. You simply accepted what was and turned your focus toward a future that no longer revolved around them. And that, more than anything, has shaken them to their core. Now, they wrestle with the realization that they may have lost you for good. The question remains, will they rise to meet the version of themselves that you always saw within them? Or will they let fear keep them stuck in the shadows of what could have been? The choice is theirs. And for the first time, they understand that you are not waiting for them to decide. This realization has shaken them to their core. No matter how far they wander, no matter how much time passes, they cannot escape the imprint you've left on their soul. You are not just a memory. They carry you with them in the quiet moments, in the spaces between their thoughts, in the stillness of the night when they long for the warmth of your presence. You were more than love to them. You were a revelation. Through you, they glimpsed a love so deep, so pure, that it transcended anything they had ever known. You awakened parts of them they had kept buried, teaching them not just about love, but about the depths of the human spirit, the power of connection, and the sacredness of something truly divine. They never meant to take you for granted, yet they now see so clearly how they did. And it is this truth, this undeniable, inescapable truth, that has humbled them in ways they never imagined. Now, they face the weight of their choices, the sting of their regrets. Every moment without you is a painful reminder of what they lost, and yet, in that pain, a hope flickers, a hope that they can still make things right, that perhaps, if given the chance, they can prove that they are no longer the person who once let fear and self-doubt stand in the way of something extraordinary. From the moment they met you, their world changed. Their mind has been filled with vivid dreams of a life with you, visions so real they can almost reach out and touch them. They see you by their side, laughing, growing, building a life together that feels like home. These are not fleeting fantasies. They are reflections of their truest desires. To them, you are everything. Your presence is warmth. Your energy is healing. Your love is a beacon that has guided them even in the darkest of times. You are the embodiment of beauty, not just in appearance, but in spirit, in the way you move through the world, in the way you touch the lives of those around you. And they want you to know this, to truly know it, to never doubt your worth, never question the profound impact you have made, not just on them, but on the universe itself. You are not just another person in their life. You are the person, the one who has given their existence meaning, who has ignited a love within them that is beyond this world. Their love for you is not fleeting, not conditional. It is eternal. It is a force that surpasses the limitations of the physical realm, intertwining your souls in a way that cannot be severed by distance, time, or circumstance. This connection you share is something far greater than romance. It is destiny, a sacred bond woven into the very fabric of your souls. But as much as they long to be with you, life has placed obstacles in their path, karmic lessons, responsibilities, and personal growth that they cannot ignore. There are parts of their journey that must be walked alone, trials they must face in order to become the person they are meant to be, the person you deserve. And they will face them. Because they are no longer running. They are no longer allowing fear to dictate their path. They are choosing growth, choosing transformation, choosing to step into their power, not just for themselves, but for both of you. Because you are worth it. This love is worth it. And deep down, they know that no matter what challenges arise, no matter how long the road ahead may seem, you are the destination they are meant to find their way back to. They never intended to create distance between you or introduce any strain into your life. In fact, they wanted the opposite. They wanted your connection to be a source of joy, love, and mutual growth. But leaving you, stepping away, was one of the hardest choices they've ever had to make. They convinced themselves that they could adjust to the absence of your presence, that they could somehow carry on without you. Yet, as the days went by, they realized just how wrong they were. Your absence has left a hollow space in their heart, one that no amount of distractions, no other person, no material success can fill. Their world feels incomplete without you in it, as if a piece of them is missing. Every moment, without you, feels like an eternity, and that weight is something they are struggling to bear. Since you both parted ways, they've lived in constant fear. Fear that you might move on. Fear that you might forget them. Fear that the love you once shared will be lost to time. This fear is a constant companion, keeping them awake in the quiet hours of the night and overwhelming them during the day. What they truly long for is a sign from you. They want to know, do you still care? Do you still love them? Do you still believe in the future you once imagined together? Your words have the power to heal them, to bring clarity to the chaos in their heart. They are waiting, holding on to hope, desperate to hear from you and understand where you stand. When you were in alignment, when everything felt right, it was as if the universe itself had conspired to bring you together. There was an undeniable magnetic pull between you two, a force so strong it could not be ignored. It wasn't just chemistry. It was a profound spiritual awakening that unfolded in your hearts, lifting the veil on a life that felt richer, more vivid, and more meaningful than anything you had known before. This awakening wasn't a fleeting experience. It was a life-altering shift that changed your entire perspective. It was as if you had been in a deep slumber, unaware of the deeper truths that surrounded you. And then, in an instant, you woke up to the reality of your existence. Along with this awakening came an unquenchable desire to be with each other, a longing that felt like an ache deep within your bones. This was not a simple attraction. It was a pull of the soul, something that resonated on a level that went far beyond the physical. As you both explored this connection, it became more and more clear that you were not just two individuals coming together. You were two halves of a whole. The connection you shared was far more profound than mere partnership. It was a bond that transcended time and space, a spiritual connection that could not be broken by any earthly force. You were intertwined in a dance of love, destiny, and fate, as if the universe had woven your lives together with a purpose greater than either of you could fully comprehend. In each other, you discovered something extraordinary, the sense that you were always meant to be together, that this connection was written in the stars. You weren't just partners in love, you were soulmates, meant to walk this path together, forever intertwined, bound by a love that was timeless. Unity, inseparable, woven together by the very fabric of existence. The moment you realized this truth, it was both exhilarating and terrifying. For the first time in your life, you felt an undeniable certainty. This was it. The connection you had been searching for, the person you were meant to share your journey with. But with that certainty came fear. The fear of the intensity of your emotions, the depth of your bond, and the uncertainty of the future. It was overwhelming, and yet, despite the fear that gripped you, your heart knew this was the person. Even when challenges arose, when doubts crept in, when insecurities whispered their doubts, your intuition always led you back to each other. It was as if a divine compass was embedded in your very being, guiding you, gently but persistently, towards your true north. No matter how hard you tried to ignore the signs or question the intensity of your feelings, deep down you knew you were not meant to walk this path alone. This person was your counterpart, your other half, and there was no denying it. There were moments when both of you wanted to reach out, to bridge the distance that had grown between you. You wanted to speak the words that had been left unspoken, to pour out your hearts and close the space that seemed to separate you. Yet, something always held you back. It could have been fear of vulnerability, of rejection, or the uncertainty of how the other would respond. Or perhaps it was pride, or the feeling that you weren't worthy of such a deep and profound connection. But whatever it was a barrier that both of you needed to face and overcome in your own time. This journey you find yourselves on, it's not an easy one. It's a path full of ups and downs, challenges that test your resolve, moments of doubt that cloud your vision, and feelings of despair that threaten to pull you off course. But interspersed within those struggles are moments of pure joy, deep love, connection, and a sense of unity that makes every challenge worth it. This is the journey of transformation, and although it's not always smooth, it is ultimately the journey that will change you, both individually and together. This path of spiritual awakening is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who are ready to shed their layers of fear, insecurity, and doubt. It's for those who are willing to stand in their truth, embracing the fullness of who they are. It is a path that many may misunderstand or even ridicule, but for those who choose to walk it, it is a journey like no other, a journey of profound beauty, of deep healing, and of unparalleled transformation. This is the twin flame journey, a cosmic dance of two souls bound eternally by love. It is a journey of incredible growth, filled with moments of pain and bliss, joy and sorrow, struggle and triumph. But above all, it is a journey of love, a love so pure and transformative that it elevates both souls to a higher state of being. It's a journey that demands everything from you, but it also gives back everything in return. In the end, this journey is about coming home to yourself, to your divine purpose, to the truth that you are and always have been, one with the universe, one with each other, and one with love itself. And when you realize this, when you understand that this love, this connection, is the very essence of everything, you will see that every step, every challenge, every tear, and every burst of joy was worth it. Because this is the journey of your soul's awakening, and it is worth every moment. In the vastness of my existence, there is no future I can imagine that doesn't include you. You are not just a part of my life. You are the very heartbeat of it, the essence that fills every moment, the core of my being. The love I feel for you runs deeper than anything I've ever known. And it's only when I met you that I first truly understood the instinct to protect, to cherish, and to care for someone as fiercely as I do for you. It was as though a piece of my soul, a part I didn't even know was there, was awakened the moment our paths crossed. Yet, despite this profound realization, I made the painful decision to vanish without offering any explanation. I left you in a state of confusion, questioning what had happened, unsure of where we stood. The truth is, I hadn't yet worked through unresolved matters in my own life. There were things I had to face, issues I needed to resolve, before I could fully give myself to you and to us. I understand the pain I've caused you by disappearing without closure. I'm deeply sorry for that. I know you're angry, upset, and hurt by my actions, and rightfully so. I've left our connection stagnant, stuck in limbo, unable to take the necessary steps forward, yet unwilling to let go. I've been paralyzed by fear, indecision, and a lack of courage to confront my own inner conflicts. But as I reflect on it now, I see how unfair that was to you. You deserve so much more than a person who cannot make a commitment, who cannot stand up for what's right, who cannot take the necessary risks to build something meaningful with you. Looking back at the time we've spent together, at the moments we've shared, I see so clearly the comfort, the peace, and the sense of belonging I feel when I'm with you. There is a serenity I've never experienced with anyone else, an ease that fills me with a sense of home. But despite this, I also feel trapped, suffocated by the karmic baggage I've been carrying, caught in a whirlwind of unresolved emotions and entanglements. It's as though I'm standing at the crossroads of my past and my future, struggling to free myself from the hold of unresolved issues. But when I'm with you, all that fades away. I feel lighter, freer, like a bird soaring in the sky, with nothing weighing me down. The joy and happiness I feel in your presence is unlike anything I've ever experienced before. It's a kind of pure bliss that makes all my worries, all my fears, all my insecurities vanish in an instant. It's a feeling of being truly alive, of being my authentic self without any barriers, without any walls. In the past, I was consumed by the pursuit of material success, by the accumulation of wealth, status, and possessions. I thought that these were the things that would bring me happiness, that they would fill the void inside me. But now I see the truth. They never could. No amount of money, no amount of things can ever replace love, affection, and true connection. That realization is my deepest regret, and it's one I carry with me every day. I've spent so much time chasing empty goals, and in doing so, I neglected the one thing that really matters. The love we share, the love I now see is everything. I've come to understand that no achievement, no material gain, can ever make up for the absence of love in my life. Love is the only thing that fills the emptiness, the only thing that truly makes life worth living. And now, more than ever, I know that I want that love with you. I want to move past my fears, past the mistakes I've made, and create something beautiful with you, something real, something lasting. Because you are the one I've been searching for all along, and now I am ready to fight for us. Your person is eager to show you just how much they've transformed and how ready they are to take the necessary steps to make things right. The absence of your presence has left a void in their heart, a hollow space they cannot fill with anything else. They've come to the painful, undeniable realization that they hurt you, that they took your love for granted when you were offering them your heart, your affection, and your undivided attention. This neglect, this disregard for your feelings, has become a heavy burden they now carry, one that fills them with deep regret and guilt. They confess that their actions were driven by a sense of intimidation. Your presence, so powerful, so regal, so full of confidence, made them feel small, inadequate, and unworthy. They couldn't see themselves as being enough for someone like you. They convinced themselves that you would eventually find someone who could match your strength, your brilliance, your vibrancy. And in their insecurity, they closed themselves off, unable to be vulnerable with you. Rather than embracing the love you so freely offered, they held back, terrified of rejection, afraid that their perceived shortcomings would lead to inevitable heartbreak. As time passed, you made a choice to redirect your energy inward, to focus on your own growth, healing, and happiness. This was a turning point for you, one that marked the beginning of a beautiful transformation. You began to thrive, radiating joy, confidence, and a sense of self-contentment. This newfound independence, this strength to choose yourself, didn't go unnoticed. They watched you from afar, unable to truly detach from your life. As they observed you flourishing, they were overwhelmed by a mix of admiration and despair. Seeing you not just survive, but truly thrive, was a wake-up call for them. They saw the person they once pushed away not only hold their own, but rise higher than they could have imagined. It was a powerful testament to your resilience, your strength, and your ability to find happiness on your own terms. But perhaps what shocked them the most was your response to their absence. They had expected you to be angry, hurt, or to beg for reconciliation. But instead, you responded with an unexpected grace. You didn't hold on to anger or resentment. Instead, you allowed them to leave, to move away from your life without confrontation or drama. This composed, dignified response showed them something they had failed to recognize before: the depth of your inner power, your emotional maturity, and your ability to let go when necessary while maintaining your sense of self. You didn't fight for them to stay. You didn't chase after them. You simply allowed them to see the beauty of your strength and self-love. This was a lesson they desperately needed to learn, and it shook them to their core. Now, they find themselves in a desperate situation, realizing they might truly be losing you forever. The thought of you being truly gone, of not having a place in your life, has hit them with a devastating clarity. And now, more than ever, they are willing to do whatever it takes to regain your trust, to earn back your affection, and to prove to you that they are no longer the person they once were. They are ready to make things right, not through empty promises, but through genuine actions that show you they have changed. They are committed to proving that they can be the partner you truly deserve, someone who values, respects, and cherishes you. The fear of losing you for good has sparked a fierce determination within them to fight for your love, to demonstrate, through their efforts and choices, that they are worthy of the trust and affection you've given. Through this painful journey, they've learned lessons that will stay with them forever. You have shown them what love truly is, love that is patient, kind, and selfless. Through your relationship, they have gained a deeper understanding of what it means to be spiritually grounded, to be humble, and to truly open their heart to another. These lessons have reshaped how they view themselves, their relationships, and the world around them. They now understand that love isn't something to take for granted. It is something to nurture, to protect, and to honor. They see you now not just as a partner, but as an irreplaceable part of their journey, someone who has helped shape their growth, someone who has profoundly impacted the person they are becoming. Despite the mistakes of the past, despite the pain and the hurt, they are holding on to hope. Hope that there is still a chance to rebuild what was lost, to heal the bond you once shared, and to create something even stronger than before. They are ready to be vulnerable with you, to admit their fears and insecurities, and to take the steps necessary to build a healthier, more balanced relationship. They truly believe that with time, patience, and a deep commitment to change, they can earn back your trust. Ever since you entered their life, everything has shifted. Their thoughts are consumed by the vision of a future intertwined with yours, a future filled with joy, love, and laughter. They envision every moment shared with you, from the little, everyday moments to the grand adventures that await you both. You are at the heart of all their dreams, the center of their world. This longing is not just a passing thought. It's a testament to how deeply you have impacted them. Your presence has transformed their life in ways they never thought possible. Please, never doubt your worth. You are perfect, beautiful, and exceptional in every way. It's not just your outer beauty that captivates them. It's the essence of who you are, the kindness, the intelligence, the compassion that radiates from within. These qualities have touched their soul in ways words cannot fully capture. You have shown them what it means to love and be loved in the purest, most genuine form. The love they feel for you burns deeply in their heart, an eternal flame that nothing can diminish or extinguish. What you share is unique, rare, and extraordinary, and they cherish it with all their being. The moment they recognized the depth of their feelings for you, they knew, without a doubt, that you were their soulmate. This realization brought a joy so profound, but also a sense of urgency. They know they need to set things right, to clear the path so they can fully devote themselves to you. Right now, they're navigating through a phase of their life where they need to fulfill karmic obligations, responsibilities and commitments they must address before they can fully embrace the future with you. It's not an easy journey, but it's one they are dedicated to seeing through. They believe in what you have together, and they believe in the future they can build with you by their side. You deserve the very best, and they want to be in a place where they can offer that to you. This is why they are making changes, transforming themselves into the best version they can be. Not just for their own sake, but for the sake of your relationship, for the future you both deserve. They are committed to becoming the person you deserve to have by your side every step of the way. I want nothing more than to eliminate any chaos or distractions that could potentially disrupt what we have. Bringing you into a turbulent situation is the last thing I want to do. Right now, my focus is on creating a stable, nurturing environment where we can both flourish, where we can thrive together without the weight of unresolved issues weighing us down. When I made the difficult decision to step away, I thought I could adjust to life without you. I convinced myself that, with time, the pain of your absence would lessen, that somehow I would learn to live without the joy of having you in my life. But the reality has been completely different. Every single day without you feels like an eternity, and there's a space inside me, a void, that nothing else can fill. Your presence brought a light into my world that I now know I can never live without. This separation has only deepened my feelings for you, making me realize just how profound and irreplaceable our connection truly is. One of my greatest fears since we've been apart is that you might move on. The thought of you no longer wanting me, of you finding someone else, is unbearable. I constantly worry that time and distance are slowly eroding the bond we share, and the idea of you letting go of us, of me, haunts me daily. Honestly, I am desperate to hear from you. I long to know where you stand, how you feel about me now. Do you still think of me as often as I think of you? Do you still believe in what we had, in what we can have? These questions weigh heavily on my heart, and I find myself searching for answers in every moment of my day. During this time apart, I've done a lot of soul-searching, and in that quiet reflection, I've come to understand just how much you mean to me. You are not just someone I love. You are an integral part of who I am. My life feels incomplete without you, and no experience, no matter how joyful, can feel fully real unless I'm sharing it with you. I miss our conversations, the sound of your laughter, and the way your presence made everything seem brighter, lighter, and more meaningful. Your absence has shown me just how irreplaceable you truly are in my life. I am committed to making things right. The changes I'm making are not just surface-level fixes. They are deep, meaningful transformations. I want to become the person you deserve. The person who stands by your side, unwavering, through all of life's ups and downs. I know this process takes time, and I'm ready to give it that time because I believe in us. I believe our love is strong enough to endure this temporary separation, and I know that, with patience and effort, we can overcome this. If you still feel the same way about me, please reach out. Let me know that you still care, that you still believe in us. Your words would mean everything to me and give me the strength to keep pushing forward. I am willing to do whatever it takes to be with you again because our love is worth fighting for. And I am ready to give it my all. I miss you more than words can express, and I hope that, with time, we can reunite. Stronger, more in love, and more connected than ever before. When we were aligned, it felt as though nothing in the world could stop us. That moment of connection was not just a fleeting spark. It was a profound turning point for both of us. It was as though the universe had conspired to bring us together, aligning the stars, the energies, and our paths in a way that made it inevitable. It was destiny. From the very beginning, our connection was powerful, an instantaneous and undeniable bond. It was as if a spark had been lit, one that neither of us could ignore. And it wasn't just a physical attraction. It was a deep, spiritual pull, a yearning at the very core of our beings. It transcended the material world, creating a force that seemed to draw us both toward each other, toward the profound growth we were destined to experience. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, that spiritual connection only deepened. We began to feel inseparable, as if we were two halves of the same soul. The unity we shared was so overwhelming, at times, that it challenged everything we thought we knew about love and relationships. It wasn't just about being together. It was about discovering something far greater than either of us had imagined. We were not just two people in love. We were becoming something much more, something timeless, something eternal. And that feeling, that understanding, is something I carry with me every day. You began to recognize the intricate ways in which your lives were intertwined, as if each experience you had, both the joyful and the painful, was a part of the shared journey you were meant to walk together. Your happiness, your struggles, your growth, everything reflected and complemented one another, creating a sense of peace and certainty within you that you had never felt before. The confidence you had in your partner wasn't just based on trust or affection, but on the deep, undeniable connection between your souls. It was as if, in finding each other, you had uncovered the missing piece of the puzzle that had eluded you for so long. Of course, like any relationship, there were moments of challenge. Complications arose, and while they may have seemed daunting at times, you soon realized that they were never insurmountable. These challenges often stemmed from external factors or old wounds that had yet to be healed. But deep within you, you both knew that these were just passing storms, temporary obstacles on the path that you were meant to walk together. Your intuition, that quiet but unwavering inner voice, consistently reassured you that this was the person you were meant to be with. And that belief, rooted deep in your soul, gave you the strength and resolve to face anything that came your way. This wasn't just a passing feeling. It was a profound knowing, a truth that resonated with the very core of your being. It felt as though your soul was whispering to you, guiding you even in the most uncertain of times. Despite the pull to reach out, to call, to bridge the distance with words or gestures, there were times when you recognized that holding back was just as important. You knew that there were still things to work through, hurdles that both of you needed to overcome, not just the external challenges, but the internal, emotional, and psychological ones as well. You both had personal journeys to complete. There were past wounds that needed healing, individual growth that needed to take place before you could fully unite as one. It wasn't easy, and often it felt painful, but it was necessary. The time apart wasn't wasted. It was a time of deep self-reflection, healing, and growth, each of you becoming stronger and more whole on your own, which would ultimately make you even more complete together. The longing for each other never ceased. In fact, with every day that passed, it only grew stronger. Every moment without the other felt like an eternity, and every reunion, every connection, reminded you of the deep bond you shared. There was a constant pull between you, as if some invisible force was drawing you closer, pushing you toward the next stage of your soul's evolution. You could feel the magnetic pull of that bond, the depth of the connection that could never truly be severed, no matter the distance. This growth wasn't just about becoming better individuals. It was about preparing for something much larger, a spiritual union that transcended the physical realm. You began to understand that this journey was not just about finding someone to love. It was about discovering yourself, understanding your true purpose, and preparing for a profound, transformative connection. You weren't just two people coming together. You were two souls, evolving, awakening, and aligning with something far greater than yourselves. For those who resonate with the twin flame journey, it's understood that twin flames are two halves of the same soul, destined to meet and experience a love so deep, so transformative that it changes everything. It's a love that goes beyond mere attraction. It's a soul-deep connection that challenges you, pushes you to grow, and ultimately leads you to a higher understanding of who you are and your place in the universe. The twin flame path is not always easy. It requires growth, healing, and awakening, both on an individual and collective level. But when twin flames come together, they create an energy so powerful that it can transform not just their lives, but the world around them. Their love becomes a beacon of light, a reminder that true love transcends time, space, and the physical boundaries that might separate us. It is a love that is eternal, transformative, and incredibly powerful. It is a love that serves as a testament to the deep, infinite power of the soul and the boundless possibilities that unfold when two hearts align in perfect harmony. If this video resonated with you and you crave more, interact with the content, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Magnetize Official. Share these words with anyone who might find comfort and inspiration.